Vaccines are actually a necessity in society. Many people nowadays agree to take vaccine to prevent disease. From infant to adult, the intake of various types of vaccine is no stranger to life.
Hello everyone, my name is Yanti Binti Aswan, and for today I would like to share about the importance of taking vaccines and how actually vaccines work. First of all, for your information, vaccines contain weakened or inactive parts of a particular organism that we can call as antigen. This antigen will trigger an immune response within the body. Some vaccines are required multiple doses, given weeks or maybe months apart. This is needed to allow the production of long-lived antibodies and the development of memory cells. In this way, the body are trained to fight the specific disease-causing organism and building up memory of the pathogen so it can rapidly fight it when exposed in the future. Vaccinations are critically important because it is a safe way to prevent disease, and it is clinically proven. By taking vaccines, we can develop herd immunity, or also known as population immunity within communities. Besides, not all people are advisable to take vaccines due to their health conditions, so they are dependent to the rest of us who are able to get vaccines to reduce the spread of the disease. So, this herd immunity will act as indirect protection from an infectious disease. Furthermore, this herd immunity will help other people who are not immune or unvaccinated to have a lower risk of getting disease compared to non-immune individuals who are living in a small percentage of immunity. Hence, if vaccines coverage remain high, the risk of disease among non-immune people can be similarly to those who are vaccinated. So we can personally improving and enhance our social activities without worrying being infected by threatening disease. That's all for now. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Afiqha and I'm from Group 1 and I will elaborate my first point from our title. Vaccination protects society and children from serious illness and complication of vaccine-preventable disease, which can include amputation of an arm or leg, hospitalization, pneumonia, hearing loss, convulsion, brain damage, or death. Vaccine-preventable disease such as measles, whooping cough, and influenza, and those are still a threat to us. Though vaccination has led to a dramatic decline in the number of cases of several infectious diseases, some such as measles, are quite common in other countries and are brought to our country by international traveler. And if we are not vaccinated since born, we could easily get one of these diseases from a traveler or while we're traveling by ourselves. Outbreak of preventable disease occur when many parents decide not to vaccinate their children. I want to tell here is vaccination is safe and effective. All vaccines undergo long and careful review by scientists, doctors, and the federal government to make sure they are safe. Vaccinations protect others you care about, including family members, friends, and grandparents. If children are not vaccinated, they can spread the disease to other children who are too young to vaccinated or to people with weakened immune system, such as transplant recipient or people with cancer. This could result in long-term complications and even that for these vulnerable people. We all have a public health commitment to our communities to protect each other and each other children by vaccinating our own family members. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hannah and I'm going to elaborate on my point on how vaccinations can impact a nation's economy. As we all know by now, health has a major role to play as a driver for economic growth. Healthy nations can have a positive impact on economic outcomes and societal well-being. The impact of vaccines can be measured not just in terms of public health, but also in economic terms. We can see the impact of vaccinations in reduce of healthcare expenditures, whereby the healthy populations can spend more on consumptions instead of on the treatments for the diseases that they could have prevented through vaccinations in the first place. Secondly, there's an increase in labor force productivity, where a healthy workforce could reduce employee absenteeism and contributes in a more productive economic output. The third point is that the contribution to social and economic development. A healthy nation could reflect a higher life expectancy, and this increases the chances for educational attainment that could lead to a greater lifetime earning. In December 2014, the Council of European Minister of Health has updated the Europe 2020 strategy to acknowledge the importance of investment in health as a contributor to economic growth, highlighting the role of preventative actions, including vaccinations against communicable diseases, in strengthening the cost effectiveness. Vaccinations and the vaccine industries are undeniably key contributors to the smart, sustainable, and inclusive growth objectives for Europe 2020. With about 80% of the world's vaccines productions occurring in Europe, the vaccine industry represents a key contributor to employment and productivity, with a higher than average proportion of employees having a third-level education. Vaccine-related research and development is also one of the highest, 50% of sales among all industries. And lastly, infectious disease control and vaccination coverage may act as an effective safeguard against poverty and health inequalities in developing a successful nation. Thank you.
Mornings, madam, and to all my classmates. Today I will give about the vaccine in our education. So education is very important because the learning is progress in nowadays. So all the students and teachers cannot go to school, so they have to make online classes. We can, for example, we can use Google Meet or Zoom. So the information we can give either to WhatsApp, email, or for the system like e-learning. We can get the full information. If the vaccine gives to our teachers and students, so the student also can attend to school, okay, to avoid the infection from each other and avoid separate from the society. So if we use the online classes, the bad side was not all students can get informations, and if the student don't have laptop or phones to attend the class, online class, or data is very weak, so this can make a student bad result. Okay, so if the vaccine gives to the student and the teachers, so we can use a normal life and can get in the school. And we used to make a sport, because if the student don't have fun for their times and have some activities between the class, so they make boring class, so the question is not in objective learning. So if today we give a vaccine to the education, so we can get a better life, and all students can go to school and focus, a better focus, and also can get a better result. The vaccine also avoid the student from the infection others between among them, so they can use to make activities. Thank you.